welcome back, Red Path. If you have already forgotten, I tracked through you. And this one, you've got lots of upside down cards, which means lots of things manifesting in your path, which also means I have to do like a mental flip in my head to know and reorient to where the energy is falling on those cards. So bear with me. But you are here because you have really found deeper and deeper ways to accept that you're creating your reality, and that what is showing up outside of you is really a reflection of what you've been calling in to experience. And so are you still in the same patterned reality that you've always been in? Are you having new, amazing, expanding experiences, right? So if you are feeling like you're stuck, and if you're feeling like you're stagnant, then there's something stuck or stagnant within this column. What I think, what I feel, and how I choose to experience life. If you're feeling stagnant, then there's something off on one of those levels, right? If you feel really expansive and maybe even a bit ungrounded because you're just like, you know, calling in and bringing in so much stuff, but you're in acceptance to all of it, then, right, you've got a pretty cool flow going on where you're thinking, feeling, and choosing things that are bringing in new and expansive experiences for you. So let's get into your mastery. Your mastery is all about confidence this month. So this is where throat chakra meets solar plexus chakra. And so the throat chakra here is the voice, and the solar plexus chakra is the energy. And so this is the confidence of like the lion roaring. I always use this when this card comes up, number one, because there's a lion roaring on it, but two, it's like, you know, that energy of when a lion roars in the Pride Land. It's like, you know, predator is here and claiming their territory. And, you know, if you're weak or sick or whatever, it's like, you better get out of the way because there's a predator around. And so you are the predator this month. And that is, it's all about having confidence, claiming your space. It's about establishing, this is my area. It's, you know, you should. Okay, so this is what you're mastering. So whether you're here yet or not, this is what you're mastering. It's about having the energy. And I see this as being a really energetic month for you, you know, not only because, you know, there's a lot shifting and changing, which brings in a lot of energy, but it should just be a month where things just kind of happen. And I'm not saying that as if it's like manifesting things, but just things are constantly happening, right? Keeping you on your toes almost. It's like not a lot of time to slow down. And so I just feel like there should be kind of a perpetual, maybe there just should be like a constant kind of like feeding of energy that keeps you going, and so that in connection with your ability to use your voice to establish your territory, to establish this is mine. It's a confidence in yourself, and you know, that might be the energy we're talking about here. Maybe and that's probably it. Maybe there's a lot of energy that's here supporting you with this, but what you're mastering is this trust in yourself to have this energy, this motivation to go for what you want. And it's like not backing down. It's about, you know, if somebody gives you a contract or an opportunity that's like 75% there, but you're missing the 25%, it's like, no, I know I'm worth the whole 100%. You know, it's things like this. And that's what you're mastering. You're mastering this ability to really be and claim you within all of this. And so that's what you're learning the whole month. And it's through the verbal voice, right? Which means you're going to have to speak up for yourself. You're going to have to tell people who you are or what you want or, you know, what you don't want. You're going to have to really communicate this month because you're creating a territory, you're creating or establishing, it's like you are the one who has to do it, right? You have to do it. Nobody else is going to do this for you. You have to do it. So that's really what the mastery for you is this month. Now, as we get into the new beginning comes in around the 10s and goes all the way kind of to the 19s of the month. 19th. There's only one. Goes up to the 19th of the month. Again, you know, that's a really loose kind of time when this happens. And, you know, if you look at the daily numerology page on the membership site, the daily numerology will kind of track for you. You know, the 10th of the month is the absolute new beginning, and it has infinite potential, right? And then the 11 is like a gateway where, like, that's probably when things start to come in, which we're going to talk about next, is this infusion of energy that assists you towards achieving your confidence, your mastery. The 12th is like a time where you're working with this new energy, and you might start to need to adjust components of yourself to allow for more of this to come in, right? So each day is kind of a little micro effect of what the new activation energy is. But again, it kind of happens right after you get from the 1st of the month to the 9th of the month. That tends to be the acclimation phase. And then in the beginning of the month, 10th to the 19th, tends to be when you're really playing with this new energy that's coming in to support the confidence or the mastery. And so that is the new beginning is appreciation. And this is manifesting, meaning you have not seen this either in a while or this is coming in a new way. This is a new manifestation, and it might be because of how you've been working before, how you've been working towards what you've been building, or your own journey of self-discovery. You might have been making decisions and feeling things and making choices that open you up to experience something in a new way. And so this energy is appreciation energy, and it's quite interesting because it's really about your heart. It's a heart-centered energy. It's a compassion. It's an empathetic energy. It's the ability to be vulnerable and feel, but feel love and compassion towards your journey, okay? And so this is about waking up. We would call this, like, gratitude journals are a big thing. This is all about no matter, and remember, what got you here is acceptance. Acceptance that whatever shows up outside of me, I'm in full acceptance that it's here because there's something inside of me that called it in, that I need to experience whatever I'm experiencing physically because I've created it somewhere in my own reality. And so when you're in full acceptance of that situation, then to be fully in appreciation and gratitude of everything that shows up. So to me, how I started working with this is I said, everything in this world is perfect. And if I can't see the perfection of something, I know I'm blocking myself. That's exactly what we're talking about here. If what you are experiencing, you cannot be in appreciation for, you cannot find gratitude, you cannot find or feel the love, you know, waking up and just, oh my gosh, I get to breathe another day, you know, eating food and oh my gosh, I get to eat beautiful food, you know, going to work and oh my gosh, I have a beautiful job, right? If you can't find that type of energy in the new beginning, or that's what's manifesting. So the interesting thing here is you might manifest some sticky, quote unquote, not so perfect situations to where, you know, it's like you're given opportunities to find the silver lining. You're given opportunities to have appreciation, to go deeper in your heart and see if you can expand even more, if you can feel and love even more. If what shows up on your journey, if you can really be in love with all of it. And so, you know, this is this infusion. So it's going to be pouring in this gratitude, this appreciation. I would love this if it stayed all positive, you know, and you didn't manifest, you know, negative situations to have appreciation for. But if you just started, this is like a giddy energy, right? When you're in gratitude, when you're just so grateful, right? You know these people in your life. I know some of these people where they're humble and they're grateful. My children are like this, right? Like they go places and they're just, thank you, I love you, thank you. You know, it's like everything is magical and everything is like mind-blowing. And it's just like, oh my gosh, to have that level of gratitude and appreciation for just the simplest things, right? So it's a hyper focus on that starts to come in for you. And again, because it's manifesting, I feel like it's going to be like a torrential downpour for you. So that's beautiful. But it's interesting because you have such an aggressive energy that you're mastering, which is you being this advocate, this, you know, this champion for yourself, you know, the lion, the ultimate king of the pride land or the queen of the present, like you have to, that's your mastery this month. You have to trust and have confidence in yourself and communicate that no matter what. And then at the beginning of the month, maybe this is what makes you humble, right? Maybe it's like, because if you're just confident and spewing how great you are to everybody and roaring that you're the best, right? That could be maybe a bit, you know, ego triggering. Not for my people, but ego triggering. So maybe this appreciation comes in to really give you a humble, you know, to make it so that what you're mastering, there's an energy of being humble and grateful and appreciative, right? So maybe that's the balance of just how much you're supposed to be, you know, really standing up for and communicating exactly who you are. Okay, so your duality comes and kicks off at the 20s of the month, you know, starting from the 20th and going to the 29th. And if there's a 30 or a 31st this month, those are like extra sweet days, right, where we really get to play with the human mastery of what we've been going through. And so the duality or the test or the initiation comes up right at the 20th of the, starting around the 20th. It's really like a chance where you get to kind of see, you know, the version of you that maybe is questioning this new energy of like having to stick up for yourself, having to advocate for yourself, having to like tell everyone how awesome you are and how good you are and how much they should trust you and invest in you and all these things, right? Love you. So at the end of the month, your test is, can you communicate what your story is? It's about the narrator energy, and this is something that's manifesting again. This is going to come in like a torrential downpour, just like the one before it. So as much gratefulness and appreciation as you get, equal to that will be the test that you get put through. And so this is about how you walk and talk and hold yourself, and it's, you know, it's your self-expression, right? Because you can communicate all you want who you are, but if you're not also living that, if you're just saying, I'm the best, you should all love me, and then you're actually the worst and like nobody wants to love you, that's not an authentic connection. That's not walking the walk and talking the talk of, you know, what you're communicating people should believe about you. If those two things are out of alignment, if you're not walking the walk you're talking, you know, you're out of alignment. And so this is about the self-expression, meaning you're authentically living as who you're communicating yourself to be. And then in that, you are able to create a foundation that supports who you are living as. So, you know, the duality comes up around, are you able, it's either, are you able to walk the walk that you're talking? Again, this lion that you're claiming and roaring and making everybody look at you and making everybody hear you. Are you really that person? Number one, are you acting in accordance to what you're saying? And then number two is the reality outside of you showing up like that? Back to the top of this, what you think, what you feel, and what you choose to do is your internal channel. Now, if all that's clear, and you're in alignment, then your reality is going to reflect all of those things. Now, if you're stagnant, if your reality is not conducive, if your reality is not building a foundation that looks like this heaven on earth that you want, then something's out of alignment and you are not truly living the life that you're projecting through this voice or what you're communicating, or even the mental communication, right? So then there's something out of alignment here that you need to be aware of. And so you're going to get tested. You're going to get tested on what story you've been telling people, the story you've been telling people, and is it showing up? And are you living as the main character in that story? So, you know, that's a big test that'll come up. It's like, okay, at the 20s, I'd be like, all right, Has everything I've been saying, is this what's showing up? Or am I, am I in complete resistance and nothing's working out, nothing's showing up, nothing is physically coming in to support everything I've been asking for and saying and communicating, right? So you've got a pretty cool, I love this. This is a really cool cycle. There's lots of like potential validation. There's lots of really claiming your truth and standing up for yourself and asking for specific things. And then towards the end of the month, it's like, are you going to get it? And again, asking for specific things or claiming who you are or any of that, it doesn't necessarily have to be to somebody. It could be, out to nature. It could be out to, just the universe, the divine, magnificent universe. It's time for me to get my new Land Rover. You know who you are, and it's like, show it off. I want it, bring it to me, and it's like, I deserve it. This is mine. I've been calling it in forever. Make it happen, and if it doesn't show up, then there's something that's out of alignment with you and what you're trying to manifest. So we got to figure that out, right? But the mastery is to be confident in what you want, who you are, how you're communicating who you are. And then at the end of the month, we're going to see if your story matches who you've been living and what choices you've been making, right? All right, so that's Red Path. Please check out all of our links. We've got a great membership community, the chakra community by chakrasroottocrown, and we've got so much going on there that we'd love to share with you. Monthly journeys connected to and surrounding all of this information, so you can take this information and go even deeper with your mastery this month. And then we also have Raw Shaman coming out. So, we're selling swag. Where is this? We're selling swag to try and support our new adventure with this micro test of a facet of what we want to bring to the community. So if you can, we'd love your support there. So with so much light and love, my name is Jenessee Roy, and I can't wait to see you next month.